Stephen Peterson here. Thank you so much for joining me. I even wrote down the name of the program. The last two times at the end of the show, I renamed the program. I'm not going to say it because it's going to stick in my head. It's Patterns for Progress. And once in a while, people say, what's a pattern? Well, pattern's a habit, a routine, a practice, a principle, a process. We live by them. Almost everybody has a garbage night, and you set your garbage can out the night before. That's a pattern. If you want your garbage picked up, I had a neighbor one time who never set their garbage out and would call and complain to the city. And the city said, is the calendar changing? He could not get down the fact the garbage man came by once a week on a specific day. That's a pattern. And you say, well, that's silly. Well, yeah, I was silly. But it's an obvious, over the top. There's a pattern in your life that you're stuck. You can't get from A to B. You can't get breakthrough. You can't get something you want. And you go, what's wrong? And you just need somebody in your life, and that'd be me, telling you, you just need to change one pattern, one habit, one routine, and you can start making progress. And I wanted to do something. I've had these things now for over a year. A friend of mine named Carol made this wonderful painting of an acorn. I don't know if you can see it. It's hand painted. It's really amazing. They're actually pewter salt and pepper shakers in the shape of an acorn. But after you take the 10 minutes it takes to take the top off, there's not enough salt and pepper to do anything, but I just think they're great little props. That's from my daughter. And this is an acorn I found and the little top fell off. And the reason I want to tell you about acorns, because in life, when you get something, when you get a breakthrough, when you get a job, when you get the raise, when you get what you've always wanted in life, that's an oak tree. You've had to, who knows, spend how many years in school, or I have a friend who was an apprentice for years, and he got a business turned over to him. I don't think he does that anymore. Apprenticeship is something rather old-fashioned that used to happen all the time 100 or 200 years ago. But it's a process. It's a pattern. And once you go through that apprenticeship, once you go through that training or school, and you get that opportunity or that job, that's an oak tree. But in life, almost every opportunity that comes by you is an acorn. And this acorn just almost doesn't quite break my heart, but it does. I can rattle it and hear the little seed inside of there, but it'll never turn into an oak tree as long as it's sitting on this table on my set. It's just going to be a little acorn. Inside is all the potential in the world. I don't know how big oak trees get, 50, 60, 70 feet tall. Not going to do it till I take it outside and put it in some soil. In other words, the possibilities, the potential that's in there will not come out unless you put it in the right practice, the right ground, the right potential. It must be applied. Otherwise, it just stays as a prop on my desk. These are better props because you put these in the ground and you'll just have dirty pewter salt and pepper shakers. But that's what's inside of you, and that's what's inside of me. There's oak trees in us waiting for us to plant an acorn. I love radio. Do radio. I listen. I don't even know how much people listen to the radio. I'm sure I listen to the radio more than most people just because I love it. I a lot of great memories when I was little. I just love it. And I love the fact on radio, you can be whatever that person listening to wants. Years ago, I had a half an hour radio program, and somebody just loved what I said so much. They Googled me, found my address, came to my house and knocked on my door late on a Friday night. Now, don't do that. It won't go well for you. But you know what he did? When I opened the door, I said, "What do you want?" And he said, "Well, I'm looking for Stephen Peterson." I said, "I'm Stephen Peterson." You know what he said? "No, you're not." Because in his mind, he had somebody a year or two older than him. I was probably old enough to be his dad. He wasn't looking for somebody that age. He was looking for somebody just a little bit older, somebody who could mentor him, somebody who was just ahead of him. He was so disappointed because that's the picture he made. That's why I love radio. But on television, You're not going to come knocking on the door looking for a 25-year-old guy if you're looking for me. You see who I am. But television still has wonderful things. But I'm comfortable on radio, uncomfortable on TV. But it was probably 10 years ago, somewhere between 8 and 10 years ago, somebody at a small TV station near Boise, Idaho, said, we're stuck and we need help. So I did 2 programs for them. One teaching, just teaching, and listen, how are you going to get a better life? How are you going to get ahead? What's a new way of thinking? And doing the news. They didn't have news copy. I had to find news, and I had to find news since it was 1 newscast a week. I had to find news that wasn't so dated. I couldn't talk about something that had just happened. I had to talk about their favorite story ever was, I believe, in Nampa, Idaho. They opened up a dog park with doggy drinking fountains. If you have a dog, don't let your dog drink out of a human drinking fountain, please. I know people do, but they had doggy drinking fountains and a little doggy splash pad. Oh, the people loved that story. And of course, it was open 6-8 months out of the year. I think they closed it at wintertime. What a labor. It wasn't a labor of love. It was just a lot of hard work, a lot of time. But you know what I did? I got comfortable sitting in front of a camera by myself. I'd done TV with other people. I like doing TV where you can play off. It's me. It's just me. I would love to say, look where it's got me. I don't know where it's got me, but I'm comfortable where I used to be uncomfortable. I'm comfortable where I would never have gone before. I took a little acorn, and I'm telling you, it's not a big 60-foot tall oak tree, but it's bigger than a sapling because I took something that was in me, a potential, because the potential that's in you is nothing more than the size of an acorn, and you got to plant it. You got to plant it, you got to water it, you got to protect it, because sometimes there's windstorms that come by, and there are some windstorms coming by trying to blow over my little sapling, but I'm getting stronger and stronger at this. Inside of you, there's acorns. Listen, not just inside of you, coming at you. Today, I am convinced with all my heart there's some kind of an acorn, a possibility, a potential, an opportunity coming at you, but you're looking for an oak tree. I need something big. I need something that's going to make me money. I need something that's going to bring me fame or whatever you're looking for, business success, whatever. Well, almost every opportunity that comes by isn't an oak tree. Now, if you get one coming by, grab it. But I don't think you need me to tell you that. If some outstanding opportunity comes by, take it. Maybe once in a lifetime, just take it. Don't think about it, take it. But going by you every day are these little acorns, these little possibilities. And some of them are time wasters. You take that and I know I helped out not a friend, an acquaintance with a television program. I thought it was an excellent program. And it made money, and it also did a great community service. And as I was talking to a potential advertiser, they said, man, you would be great at volunteering with people. I said, thank you. That's what I do all day. I don't need more opportunities volunteering with people. I need opportunities where I can get paid talking to people. And he went, oh, that's too bad. So I asked him, how many hours a week do you spend volunteering? None. Then you do it. See, these little, and who knows, that could have been the thing he was talking about, could have turned into something, but I never took the opportunity. I never planted the acorn. And until you take the opportunity and plant it, you won't know whether that's a time waster or a life changer. That's the hard part. You could look at this. Maybe if we had an X-ray machine, we could see more of it. But inside, all it is a seed. It's potential. But if you're discouraged, if you say nothing ever goes right for me, nothing ever happens for me, and this is a dead-end town. I've had people tell me where they live. This is the place where careers come to die. Well, then change your thought or change your location. Or change both. But don't kill the acorns. These acorns are precious and they're priceless and they just don't look like much. I need an oak tree. I need a life-changing egg. I need breakthrough. So do I. Most of the opportunities in life are going to be acorns. I have a saying, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. I didn't come up with that saying, but I think I came up with this one. If you do something really well the first time, you waited too long. I had a friend help me because I've had many, we did online streaming and radio and TV and lots of different things. And I was doing a streaming service for someone, and I said, hey, this guy's so quiet and so reserved, and man, if you could get 3 words out of him, it was just, oh, amazing. And I said, well, this gig requires some talking. I can't pay you for it, but it could be fun. Does that sound like fun? And, a little quiet, yes, it sounds like fun. I put him in front of a mic. I couldn't shut him up. He just talked. He probably talked more in that half an hour on the mic than he had in the last 4 years. It's something that was in him that he always wanted to do, but he wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell anybody else. He wouldn't even tell himself. And if you do something really well the first time, you've waited way too long. Don't be afraid of doing something poorly. Somebody brought me an audio clip of me on the radio back in the 1970s, and I had a highly rated radio program, and I mean, people loved me. They just thought, oh, he's better than sliced bread. He discovered fire. And I said, oh, I've never heard, I've really never heard myself. But I thought, yeah, you were really good. And I played it, and I went, that was horrible. That was horrific. It sounded like amateur hour. But in my world, where I was, it was life-changing to me and life-changing to the people who called me. See, don't worry about here's an acorn that'll kill you, because weeds come as seeds too. You start thinking too much what somebody else thinks about, or start caring too much. Well, they won't like this, or they'll make fun of that. No matter what you do, if they notice you, good chance somebody's going to make fun of you. Forget them and forget that. Take one of these possibilities that I'm telling you are coming by you. You may not have many a day, but I know you have at least one. I think you have more than one possibility that comes by every day, but it's small. It's insignificant. It doesn't look like anything. That's because you can't see what's inside of it. This just looks like a little nut, a little acorn. But if you put it in the dirt and put some water and give it time. See, time isn't going to help you get smarter, stronger, thinner, richer. It will take time to get any one of those, but time alone won't do it. Somebody once told me the only thing time brings is wrinkles. Process and patterns and habits take time, but time alone won't do it. Sitting there doing the same thing you've always done won't do it. Take this, find a seed, find an acorn, plant it. Don't worry about somebody else. Let's see if somebody else likes it. See what they might think. That's foolishness. But you plant that thing. You plant it in your life. You start doing something about it. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. You will change. And to start doing that 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, you're going to have to give up something else. You can't add it to what you're doing. You got to pull out a weed, an old pattern, an old habit, an old routine that's not producing what you want it to, and throw it away and plant this new one. And I'm telling you, when you can finally see it's the shape of an oak tree, say, man, did I make a good move. This program is called Patterns for Progress. Stephen Peterson here. That's all I'm trying to do. Just say, change one pattern, one habit, one routine, and watch what happens in your life. You can see me on Patterns for Progress, our own YouTube channel, Patterns for Progress with Stephen Peterson. Email me at patternsforprogress@gmail.com, and continue, please, watching me here on the TV station. Thank you so much for joining me.